Hello, my name is Bridget Nelligan and welcome to my BioBits video. Today I will be discussing the current issue of climate change, specifically its devastating impacts on the development of plant diseases and pathogens. The pathogen that I will be taking a look at is known as root rot. This plant illness is essentially a fungal infection that leads to the death or a lack of growth within a plant's root network. In particular, it thrives in conditions that are both hot or humid and continuously wet. Even though this is not a new disease, its negative effects have worsened in addition to the range of its occurrence becoming increasingly wider in more recent years due to climate change. If this disease continues to worsen, it has the potential to leave lasting negative effects on countless ecosystems. With an unstable or dying root system, trees and other plants are unable to survive. With decreasing tree and plant populations also comes lessening of oxygen production and removal of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, reducing the cleanliness of the air around us. Many species also depend on plants in order to have shelter and food, which are essential for survival. In addition to this, lack of tree diversity can eventually lead to monocultures within ecosystems, causing a lack of biodiversity and exposing the tree to heightened risk of other diseases and pests. We as humans also depend on plants for various major industries, including logging and agriculture, that we rely on to live our lives. Root rot is also considered a temperature-dependent disease. Suggested by the name, this means that its development and overall ability to spread is directly influenced by rising temperatures, as well as more intense rainstorms as a result of the changing climate. With an increase in temperature of moist soils, the ideal breeding ground for this disease is created. Additionally, these conditions allow root rot to spread at even faster rates, as warming soils and increased precipitation is now occurring further from the equator. In addition to allowing diseases to spread with such ease, worsening effects of climate change also diminish the quality of many plants' lives. For instance, taking away their ability to properly fight off infection and overcome their possibly detrimental effects. In terms of the combination of root rot and increased soil temperatures, many plants are too stressed to prevent it from reaching them. With this comes a loss in ability to absorb nutrients and water that are essential for survival, ultimately leading to even more crop and vegetation loss worldwide. Though root rot, among many other plant diseases and pests, have only become more widespread over the years, there is still hope for combating the issue in order to allow plants to grow and thrive in drastically changing environments. One of these solutions includes the development or breeding of plants that are disease resistant. This gives them immunity to harmful illnesses that would otherwise potentially wipe out entire crop fields and plant habitats. Another potential fix would be to pay close attention when watering crops and other plants in the landscape, making sure that they are not being overwatered. For example, implementing a form of drip irrigation that doesn't completely soak the soil as much, or simply ensuring that proper aeration is taking place. Another option would be to water your lawn or garden overnight. That way the water isn't being evaporated as soon as it comes out of the sprinkler while watering during the day when the sun is at its strongest. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you now know a little bit more about climate change and the role it plays in the spread of harmful plant diseases such as root rot.